settlements and settlement infrastructure with a lot of transformations on land use and change. A new news spot about February 19, 2026 recently, where settlers entered several homes in Hebron, specifically in Jebel Jalis, and established a new settlement enclave. While this is presented as a property purchase, reports of prior arrests raise questions about how such expansion is enabled. This is highly strategic. This is a new settlement. It's 1.3 kilometers from the cave of the patriarchs. This is not just about housing. It represents a process of territorial insertion, small-scale entry that can expand into a wider system of control, affecting movement, security, and daily life.
الحواجز العسكرية وعملية التفتيش المهينة للمواطن الفلسطيني. يعني بدي أعطيك أنا مثال إنه ما بعد 7 أكتوبر 23 منع الاحتلال دخول جرة الغاز للبيوت الفلسطينية ما بعد الحواجز، منع نيمة الغاز وأنزل فيها في الشارع، وبالتالي هذا شكل ضغط آخر على المواطن الفلسطيني. وبعد تنسيق مع الارتباط المدني الفلسطيني والارتباط المدني العسكري الإسرائيلي تم السماح لنا فقط يومين، يوم 2 ويوم 4 دخول جرة الغاز أو خروج جرة الغاز. على صعيد مثلا أنا غرفة ثلاجة عندي أو غسالة، وهذا بيحصل في أي بيت في العالم. ممنوع إني أنا أجيب حدا يصلح هذه الغسالة أو الثلاجة، فأنا مضطر إني أنا أحملها لمسافات طويلة.
Hebron is one of the largest cities in the southern West Bank, with a population of over 200,000 Palestinians, a deeply fragmented urban space where geography, demography, and political control intersect, and small, heavily protected Israeli settlement zones embedded within it. A recent case illustrates this process on Shillala Street, settlement positioned near the old city and also adjacent to the Israeli bounds of Beit Hadassah, Beit Romano, Avraham Avinu, and the Cave of the Patriarchs. So this will be the cosmo of being linked within this settlement area and peripheries. So in Hebron, Yeshiva entered a building and established a new settlement outside the existing settlement zones inside the city. It's marginal. It's currently the main access road for Palestinians on the old city after Shuhada Street. Let's switch to elaborate on Hebron Governorate's land use and cover. The agricultural areas, 328 kilometers square, only 7.8% of Palestinian built-up area of the total land, and a significant 21.7% for the Israeli-controlled areas. The largest share, 38.4% for open spaces and others. These are the most sensitive and prone to the Israeli grab of hands and new style into occupied Palestinian territories as of if Palestinians have traveled to Europe, infrastructural negotiation into a variety of. Here we talk about geopolitical status of the Hebron Governorate, where we have the area classification as we have them divided by according to the Oslo Accords in 1993, A, B, and C, where Area A is controlled by the civil and military control of policing of Palestinian Authority. So Area B, which is mutual and control between the Israeli military handful, only the civil administration of the Palestinian Authority, with 22% of the total land area and 31% of the population are inhabited. And we have Area C, where in space of the government total area, and 3% of the population are based there with 37 density. Reserve 62 kilometers square with 6 of the total land use in the entirety and 1% of the population. Villages are always with the inhabitants are integrated in the labor market. So from these areas here as well in the center of the Hebron city itself, we have next to Tarkumia, Edna, and Beit Kahel, other two settlement compounds. We have also in the south, so near Beit Awa, near Khorsa and other outposts and settlement in the Dura city. So there will be chances and many farmers also integrate into these settlements for job creation and financial returns. Fifth half is just in the hands of the military and civil management of
a decent living. But after the war began with Israel and Hamas more than 2 years ago, Israel revoked most of the work permits for more than 100,000 Palestinians that used to work there, and people say that they have barely been able to scrape by. It's been hard to find jobs in the West Bank. Sometimes they've smuggled themselves across to Israel. It's dangerous. They can get arrested or
impose permit access to the lands, to the digging the wells for the farmers. Up to 2017, over 200 Palestinian settlements were established in the entire West Bank. Now, the population of them is almost 620,000 adjacent to the Israeli settlers. This is the apartheid wall separating Palestinians from other Palestinians in the 1949 Green. This is also a strategic positioning of defense for the Israelis for security reasons, as they claim. We have also the siege. We have also the other tactics of violence, usually direct and indirect. So cutting down olive trees. So they are now joining the Israeli settlements. This is also another style of beautified, decorated, and established settlements on hilltop, appearing to be eye-catching, superior to the other Palestinian cities where dump of Israeli settlers is present, and Israeli settlements and compounds and outposts, usually elevated and well-engineered looking, and we have the towers usually safeguarding the Israeli settlements. So let's talk about the movement restrictions in the Hebron Governorate as of 2016. We start from the north, where we have the close to the Gochion Junction. The soldiers are present there in all four directions around the settlement, where we have the first one in the red color is the man checkpoint. This is a brown, the golden one is concrete block in the road and other feeding routes of Palestinians. We have Al Arub refugee camp. We have two entrances going to the south gradually. Beit Ainun entrance. We have a closed metal gate there with intermittent checkpoint. Beit Ainun entrance is enclosed other earth walls. Al as well. We have a checkpoint here next to Al Burj area, Al Fawar refugee camp, restricting mobility and slowing down the speed of cars, especially the unlicensed ones. Unlicensed and the prohibited cars that should not be moving in the Palestinian West Bank roads as they are threatening vehicles for the Israeli security agenda. In the Hebrew Governorate, we have a total of 17,408 settlers residing. Palestinians are erecting a total of 308 of Israeli checkpoints with a variety of types, whether checkpoint, earth mound, observation tower, roadblock, road gate, tunnel, road barrier, partial checkpoint, terminals, and as well as in the H2 area, checkpoints next to outposts. So this is a huge number of dons that have been also gained for a winning battle with Palestinians integrated into Palestinian in the Israeli presence of economic, technological, architectural, and city planning superiority, that also meaning that Palestinians are semi-immigrants as of any, for example, North African immigrants. Are millions of permanent citizens now are becoming in other European countries, and appreciative of having this citizenship that allows them for traveling for other countries and having rights of human rights. The same scenarios continue. It's expected that they will become in the same scenario of having no land, having only option of international brands and being only into caravans, houses, and having citizenship of Israel.